Okay, Mosh, I don't think we can hear you clearly.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, but you have, I think, a background noise, and then your voice is a bit faint. All right, so let's give Mosh like some time to sort out the background noise, because yeah, he won't be able to communicate clearly if there is a noise. You won't be able to hear what he's saying. So yeah. And please, let's try to mute our mics.
Well, because it's
This meeting is being recorded.
so okay. So like how many of us have really done the assignment? Let me see in the comment box. How many of us have done the assignment? Toby, have not. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay. Wow. That's lovely.
Okay, Mosh, when are they supposed to submit the assignment? Because a lot of them, we are asking the same question on the Slack channel.
Okay, it should be before tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is the deadline.
Okay, for yesterday's assignment?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I don't know. Let me just plead on behalf of everyone, right? I don't know if you will give us assignment today, but if you're giving us assignment today, can we submit the first and second assignment probably before probably next week, Wednesday or Thursday, before the next class, so that yeah, you know, a lot of us are workers, some of us are students, and or we combine a lot of things. We juggle a lot of things, so we need more time.
Okay, no problem. That will work.
Okay, thank you, Mars. Thank you. Well, I believe every one of us, I don't know if we are against me or with me. Am I speaking your mind? Let me even be sure. Am I speaking our minds? Oh, yeah. I'm feeling myself now. Yeah. It's all right. Mosh, you can go on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, goodness. Okay. So yeah, we've seen how the form works. The last time, let me share my screen. Okay. Yeah, the last time we had we came up with this form and with the attributes, and we explained a lot in forms. Okay. Now this looks typically like a HTML structure of the form we are building. All right. So now I want us to do something. We can actually go back to our portfolio sites. Yeah, the HTML structure, then give it a proper attribute and all the rest of it that it needs. So yeah, you can go to your working folder for the, okay, let me open the folder for our portfolio. Right. So yeah, while we go on, is there any challenges you had while creating the form, the assignments? I mean, those that have done it. Abi, is that simple? Let me know. So our portfolio. Was there any challenges encountered while we doing our assignments? So this is our portfolio site. I don't know if you are here with me. Please indicate, let me know you're following. Okay. That's cool. So I want us to give it the appropriate attributes so that it looks like a complete HTML structure. Okay. So yeah, let's give it a class of okay. And in the first section, which is the main section, we could Give it a class of main. Now, in the last class, we talked about attributes. So now this class with a value of main is an attribute now of this section tag. Okay. Though it's a CSS property, but we'll talk more on that much later. But it's sitting here now makes it an attribute for this tag. Okay. So yeah, we also give it a class attribute of content. Okay. Then here we give it a class attribute of okay. Okay, this here should be read. Okay. The class attribute of BTN. So here we have this. So this class for the icons, like in our last class, I showed you where I got it from. The font awesome. Okay. So this font awesome is where we get our icons. If you go to the home page, choose can choose the option that you want. Okay. So yeah, when you enter your email address, link will be sent to you. Okay, that's how it works. And once you put the link at this very beginning here in your HTML document, you can then use the icons from the font also. So yeah, for those of you that want to do it now, let me give you some time to do that.
Okay, Mosh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, if you've done that, fine. Then you can get ahead and search for the icon you want. This is where you go to search for the icon. So you type in Instagram. It gives you icons for Instagram. If you click on it, it pops up with this thing. So you can copy this. Once you copy, you paste where you want to paste it. Okay. For those of us who can't do that, let me copy this and paste in the chat. You can copy it from the chat. So yeah, we have the next. The next item, which is Twitter. Go ahead and copy. And paste. name. Okay. Go ahead and copy. So yeah, take note of where I'm placing the icon tags. It's in between the opening and closing tag of the anchor tags. Okay. So we should have something. Okay. I think you should add FAB. Since the link I'm using is upgraded link. Okay. So you should add FAB in your own for the first class name here. You can see it's showing here. The one on Facebook is not coming up. Okay. Not because of letter E. He decided to punish me. So yeah, the F, the Facebook is showing. I was missing the spelling. Yeah, this could also happen to you whenever you're writing your code. Okay, so we are done with the main tag. I want to explain something right away. Okay, yeah, these classes will be used in our CSS, okay? To be used in our CSS. So for now, we are adding it as an attribute to the tags or elements, okay? It's a kind of a way of naming our elements. Like we have our individual names, okay? So this class would be like the last name or the surname, yeah, of an individual. Because now the surname means if you have five siblings, you guys will be having that same name. So this class could be seen as such. Okay, we have another one called ID. That one now is unique, like it's a unique name. Maybe when I come to your family and call the last name with your name, you know I'm looking for you. Okay, so that's how it works. So that's the difference between classes and ID. Okay, and a tag can have a class and ID at the same time. So we'll still see more of that when we enter into CSS proper. So that's it for the main tag. So let's quickly go to about tag. About section rather. So here we have class of about and also an ID of about. So like I said earlier, an element can, a tag can have a class and ID, and here they're having the same name, okay, but different attributes. This one is a class attribute, with this one is an ID attribute. But the name, having the same name doesn't conflict here, okay? We'll see the reason why later. So we have this called class title view. Now look at this here now. We have two names, okay? This simply means that this element has two class names. It's two separate class names, okay? If I should join them, either using a hyphen or joining them together like this, it becomes one name. But once there's a space, it becomes two names. If you also create a space here, now we have three names, okay? You have this one, the E, and the review. So once you're creating a class name, there should be no space, okay? And also the ID now should be unique. Like I said before, the ID should be unique, okay? No two elements should have the same ID value or ID name, okay? But in the case of classes, two or more elements can have the same class name, okay? So here we name it section. Name it section title. Okay. Section title. And here we have a class of content. As you can see now, this content, we've used it before here. So we are using the name again called content. Okay. And the reason why we are using the same name is because we want this particular div that is serving as a container for these items. We want these to have the same styling at the points. Okay. Want it to have the same styling at the points with also this one that is having these contents. Okay. We'll get to understand it more when we use it in our CSS. Okay. But for now, let's keep adding the attributes. So here we have I keep missing the class keyword. Then left. Okay. Also wanted to have a review class too. Please rename it. God. Please, I hope we are following. If there's any issue, please call my attention. Please indicate in the chat this thing if we are following. Okay, okay. That's lovely. So yeah, that's it for this one. Yeah, Emmanuel, the class is recorded and you have the YouTube link. Okay, you can go to the YouTube channel. Okay, you get the recorded video. To always be there. So yeah, then we have contents. Contents title. Then here we have a class of so yeah, this means paragraph texts. Okay, so I short formed it to paratext. Okay, Sopro, you're raising your hand. Okay, thank you. It was a mistake. Sorry. Thank you for pointing it out. Thanks a lot. It was a mistake. Please, you guys should correct it in your own side. So here we also have class of BTM. Okay. So that's it for this about section. Now you can see it's looking more like the way we built our own form HTML structure. It now has attributes, okay, which some of them will be using it in the CSS, okay. So we also get to know the importance of naming our elements or tags, okay. So yeah, that's it for the about section. So yes, we'll be repeating some of the class names because we would want to also good question, Soporo. Now, the class name is totally whatever name you want it to be, okay? The ID is totally any name you want it to be, right? But now, why we use this is so that the names will like be related to what the tag that is being named after, right? Like this section now, if I should name it any other thing, am I really not maybe forget the name I used for the class or ID, okay? But you can use any name at all, as long as you can remember it. But the reason why we name it something related to the tag is for easy reference, you know, for easy recognition. That's just the reason, okay? And I think, yeah, it's a good practice also, because you won't have maybe the about section, or you name it something that might be difficult to remember or related to the section. Okay, that's just the reason. Hope I answered you, Sopro. So yeah, we go over to the skills section. Okay. Yeah, like we also give it a class of skills. Okay. An ID of skills too. And we have here, you know, here we have a class of title and another class of review. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we'll be repeating the class names. Which I've explained why to have explained now the reason it is, you know that this has to, we have it in mostly all the sections, okay? Yeah, we have it here. We have it here and we have it here too. So there's no point trying to target them individually, whereas you can do that with just one single name, which is this. So we just gave them one class name so that whenever we use this class name to do anything in the CSS, it affects the whole H2 bearing this class name. So that's the reason for, yeah, the repetition in some of the elements we are using here. So when I say elements and tags, they're the same thing. Please don't get confused. Sometimes, okay, some people will say when you call element is when this tag has a content like this, okay? When it doesn't have a content, you call it tag, or you can also use that interchangeably. So we have section title, we also have we have contents. Okay. I think let's try to adjust this. There should be a parent div for these contents. Okay. Like we have in the convention here, we have a parent div serving as a container covering the whole stuff, which is named contents. Okay, Arnold. Yeah, like I explained before, classes, you can use the same class name multiple times, okay? But ID is unique. ID is used for one element per one ID name, okay? Per one ID name, but you can use IDs too. You can use it too, you understand? The thing is, the IDs, most of the IDs I'm using now, I'm using them more than once. So that's why I'm using IDs more often. You can see where I'm using, that's why I'm using classes more often, sorry. You can see where I'm using ID now. So this ID is just one. No other element will have this about ID, okay? But classes, you can have multiple elements having the same class value. So because most times I'm reusing the class names, that's why I'm using classes more often than IDs, okay? Yeah. So maybe in a place where the distance is 1, maybe the name you want to give it is, sorry, you use it once in the document, you're free to use ID, okay? But understand the nature of ID and classes. That's what I'm trying to clarify. I hope I answered you, Arnold. Okay, thank you. So like I said, we are kind of, like here now, we have this div. Apart from the section types, we have this div covering other elements here. So yeah, I think that div is missing here. Yeah. So that's why I want to create another div that will be housing all of them. So this shouldn't be content. Please, if you're confused about this, let me know. So we create a div and paste it before this. Please let me know if you're following. So I'm creating this div here. I will house all the contents. Okay. So here, like you have been doing, name it content. Okay. So at least we should know or try to understand the pattern now we are following. So we have a parent div that is kind of a container that is housing the contents. Okay, that is housing these contents. Okay, so there's a parent div covering them, which is named contents. Okay. So the same thing we did here. The div is covering them. This one is closing here. So it's on its own, not this one for the contents. So yeah, this one we name it cool. Notes. Okay. This one we name it here. You should also use class of review. So this one we give it a class of content title. Okay. So this doesn't have a class. The paragraph tag doesn't have a class, so this one we still give it a class of UTL. Okay. So that's it for the co-left. Okay. So here we come, we give it a class of, must have guessed right now, column then right. Also, if you yeah, we give it class of bar. And this will be class of info. And this will be class of line HTML. Okay. So this for the first block of elements. When I say block now, it's because this div is acting as the container for these smaller elements, okay? So yeah, like you might guess, this one will be the same thing with this, the class name. This class name will also be the same thing with this one. And then what will change is this, the class of CSS, okay? So the same thing with all the rest of them, the same pattern. So let's give it the class of info. Is a class from line and CSS. Okay. So we go to this one. Something. Class of class of info. Class line and JavaScript. Okay. So I don't know if you followed me up to this point. Okay. Now we have yeah, we have kind of a pattern. Yeah, we have the div here that is housing the section title. We have another, we have a container div here. This div is serving as a container. You know what container does for us, like we put things in containers. Yes, so this div here that is having a class of contents is having these other elements inside it, kind of containing other elements, okay? So inside the content, we have another div that is called co-left, and you can see the items inside it. We also have another div called co-right, okay? So apparently we have two direct child elements inside the div that is having a class of content. Two direct children now, I mean, is this div co-left and co-right. Okay, that's the major divs inside the content div. Okay, so when I say they are the direct children, means they are the direct div that is here. You can see all other things are inside them. All other things are inside them. Okay. So I don't know, are we up to this point? Let me know. If we're up to this point, let me know. Can you guys hear me? Okay, Victor, where are you confused? And yeah. Okay, that's good, flourish. So Victor, yeah, where is it that you got confused? Can you hear me, Victor? Okay. Yeah, I said classes and ID are means of identifying a tag or an element. Okay. Now the classes, one of the attributes of classes. Okay, let me not use attributes now, so we don't confuse it with what it does in the HTML thing. One of the advantages of classes is that you can use the same class name multiple times. You can use it multiple times. Like here, we have the class name of bar. Here we have it again. Here we have it again. Okay, but you cannot use IDs like this. When you have an ID of bar, you cannot use an ID of bar again. Okay. So the standard is you can use the same class name multiple times. Okay. And the ID, you can use it once. Like here now, we have ID of skills. Another thing, we have the same ID of skills. But this class skills, you can reuse it again in a different element. So it's a means of identifying an element, okay? Kind of naming the element. And when we go into CSS proper, we will know the usefulness of this, okay? The classes, the class and the ID, they are used in the CSS and JavaScript, okay? Just like pointing to an element. Of course, when you come to it, let's take for instance, when we come to the Slack channel, if I say students now, everybody there is a student. Like we are all here to learn, okay? So you can use the name students. Or better still, when you use when you want to put up a post and you use the @ channel, everybody gets the notification, right? But when you use @ the person's name, it only the person you tagged will also get a notification, right? With the red badge kind of one, okay? So yeah, now in CSS now, if you want to get this element or refer to it from your CSS, you can either use the section, which is the tag name, okay? Now, you know how many sections we have here. You know how many we have this section, we have so many sections. So if you use section, it will affect all other sections. So imagine when maybe you want to give it a particular styling, so you come use the class name or the ID. I don't know if you understand the importance, and I'm trying to explain further. Okay, so that's the essence of this class and ID attributes that we give to the section. Now we're giving it a name as part of the attributes. Okay. So the naming could come from a class attributes or ID attributes. Okay, so we target we use this to target these tags or elements. I don't know if I answered your question, Victor. Please let me know. Okay, so okay. So yeah, we are onto the services section now. Yeah, we give it a class of services. Okay. Also an ID of services. Okay. Services. Right. Services. So yeah, we give it a class of title and then review. Yeah, we give it a class of section title. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for our title. Then here, this is the div housing all other elements. Okay. So yeah, I believe you should know what the class name is going to be because of the convention we are following now. So yeah, it's going to be contents. Okay. And in these contents, we have card, yeah, card, and we also give it a class of review. Sorry, my bad. Card. Review. Okay. The class of service icon. And here is for, yeah, the I is for the icon type. So let's see. Hmm. Okay. For now, let's use these icons. Later we found a more appropriate icon for it. So for now, we could use this. Remember, it's going to have FAB because the version of the font also we are using is kind of different. So for this div, we also have a class of info. Okay. Yeah. So we have this now. This is the first the div that is having a class of card. Okay. So yeah, let's follow the same convention. Give this a class of card review. Okay. Yeah, also give it the class of service icon. Then let's find another icon. Okay. Each not this file. Let's use this icon. Sorry, my bad. Sorry for the typo. Victor is service. Okay, not services. Thank you for that. Okay. So yeah, we have class of info. So yeah, we also take get to the last one, class of please, whenever you are lost, you call my attention. I hope you are all following. Service icon. We have Okay. Okay. So yeah, we are done with the services. Okay. The services. You can see they are having the same classes, just the icons changed. Okay. So yeah, our services section, we are done with that. In the project section, so we have a class from projects, ID projects. And we have a class of title and review. Yeah, we have it. Then we have class of section title. Yeah. Then here we have a class of contents. Okay. Now here we have a class here of that and review. And we have a class also of
Which one did you use? DJ.
okay. We have that image for this one. We have a div for card image. Card image. And we already have our images here. Okay. So yeah, we do the same thing for the rest of the images. We have a class of card review. Okay. And we have class of card image. Okay, please try to mute your speaker, please, so we don't get background noises. Okay. Yeah. So we are done with the project section. Okay. Done with the project section. I think we have so I think we have an additional so I'll give it a class at the same time of also title. Okay, I want to give it 2 classes, so I use another dot for this is a shorthand of creating a div and giving it a class name at the same time. So the dot title creates one class name, another dot creates another class name. So when I hit enter, I have this. Okay, so we have our href, the class of BTN. So here we have CEO. So yeah, I think this is the complete section for the project. So yes. I don't know if you're following so that we can quickly finish up the contact section. Please, are we all at this point? Let me know. Are we all at this point? Okay. So we go over to the contact section. Yeah, like we have always been doing, we name it after the section. An ID of contacts. You have a class of title view. We have section. So I miss the glasses. Okay. So here we have class of contents. Okay. Because it's housing all other contents. Okay. Yeah. So for this div, I see where it stops. You have a class of row. And here we have a class of guard review. And you have a class of contacts icon. And here for the icon, we can use address. Yeah, this could work. So the only changes we'll be seeing here is the one with our icons. You can see these ones are showing. Yeah, and these ones are also showing. Okay. Then the address. Okay. Yeah, the address is showing. Okay. Showing. So we have this. We have this. We have this. Okay. And then this one, we have a class of info. Okay. So we have a class of info here. So yeah. So like we did in the other one, since we have this one, we do it for this one and the other one. So this will be class of card refill. Okay. This will be so this should be contacts. So here we have a class of contacts icon. And yes, we can get these At the phone icon. And we have class of info. Okay. So we also do it for yes, okay, Victor. I tried the other ones if I use if I use the FA for these ones, don't show up here. It don't show up here. Okay. It don't show up here. So add the FAB shows up. So the right class that makes it to show is this FAB. And this one also. I tried using the FAB. Oh, it didn't show for the address. Okay. Didn't show for the address. So the FA works for it here. So that's why I'm using the one that works now. Yeah. So if it works for you this way, fine. But this eye is working for me now. So I think it's kind of from the updated link or what. Okay. I think it's from the updated version or something. Maybe they changed the class here for the updated version also. Yeah, but this one works, so I go with it. So yeah, this is for this. This is card review. Okay. This is keep skipping the attribute name class. So contact icon. Okay, we use email. Okay. So yeah, we can use this. So we add this for the icon. This class is for info. Okay. Yeah, that is for that one. So in this div, now this is housing our form. Remember we did form the last time. Yeah. So here, okay, you could add form here. Okay. Let's just leave it this way first. Then yeah, here we have another class of row. Yeah. And this one we have from that one. So the class of review. And class of inputs. Box. And the class of inputs. Box. You can see this div is having this input. This div is having this input. So I have a class of inputs box. Okay. Class of inputs box. Okay. So yeah, we are good with the footer. We are good with the footer. So yeah, we are done with these ones. Okay. So we are just giving it all the hope attributes it needs to have for us to work with it. Okay, that's what we did now. Okay. So most of the attributes we use is the class and the ID. So like I said earlier, the class and the ID is a way of giving it a name, giving it an identity. Okay. It's a means of identifying it or targeting it from the CSS file. Okay. So yeah, this is the complete HTML structure for our portfolio websites. Okay. So like I said, it doesn't really do much except the icons we added. Nothing really changed except the icons we added. Okay. So the icons we added, I think we missed on okay. The web design. See if it works. Okay. So yeah, this the complete structure for our portfolio sites. Okay. Then when we start our CSS by next week, We might also do some modification if need be. But for now, this is a complete structure of our HTML. So please indicate if you are all following to this point, or if you all followed to this point. Please indicate in the chat section. Okay, that's very, very nice. Okay, it's good to know. It's good to know you guys followed up. So yeah, now you see the way we structured our HTML and the convention we kind of created, which may looking at it, you can identify a pattern we used. Okay. Yes, it will be available, Victor. So yes, remember, like I said earlier, there's no single way to achieve something in the in tech, or let's say in web design. Now there are different methods you could use, but what we look at for is the standard, and yeah, the standard to follow and the best practices to follow, right? So that's what we look at for. So you can achieve something, different methods, okay? But we look at for standard and best practices, right? So this the structure we have. So I want you to go through them on your own. Yeah, then for the assignments, you know, we learned about form yesterday. So I want you to modify this section. Add the form elements where it is appropriate, like the appropriate place where we could add the form tag. Okay, so that's for our assignment. I will still post it in the Slack channel. But this section now, which is for the contact us form, like the class name indicates, you should add the form tag where it's supposed to be added. You can see here, we just use div and the input. Okay. So yeah, I don't know, do you have any questions so far? Any questions so far? Anything I can explain further so far? Okay, I said for the assignments, this place now, we have our contact us form, the contact us form, which is from this place, the send message to. This is an input tag, with an input tag, then a text area with a button. In yesterday class, we did learned about forms, and we built a HTML structure of one, okay? So yeah, and this place is what is responsible for, yeah, this section, particular section now that started with the send message, okay? So yeah, that's the assignment. So please let me know if there's a question.
Okay, no one is raising their hands up. So I guess there's no further question.
The screenshot of the